Okay, so starting off right here with the warm-up, this is the ringer, and it definitely turned my legs into hamburger at the end of it. As you can see from the left hand column, there's all these intervals where you're gonna go really hard for 30 seconds, and for me that would be in the 440 watt range for 30 seconds, which is definitely no easy task to uphold. Yeah, so in this vlog, which is inspired by Velo Viking, if you're not watching his channel, definitely check out his channel. He's a very good cyclist out of Norway, Oslo, Norway, and he's been riding a mountain bike and road bike for quite a while now, and he's currently in a very cold climate, so all of his rides are mainly on Zwift. So this ride here is definitely dedicated to Velo Viking. He's an awesome guy. Definitely subscribe to his channel if you have not already. So currently at this video recording, I have my FTP set to 212. It's always interesting to see what kind of power outputs you're putting out during various times of the season, just to give yourself a baseline of where you're at in your current fitness. I was using my hydro flask during this recording of this video, which the water was very cold. So towards the end of my ride, towards the, I want to say the 6th interval, I was starting to have some side pain and cramping on the side of my ribs. I think the water I drank was way too cold. So I mainly do my intervals on Zwift because it just eliminates all the red lights and traffic and pedestrians, so you can just focus on the power. Because my first 20k time trial is coming up on February 26th, the Makaha time trial, and I'm looking to have a personal record and pump out some serious watts. I am using Cyclops Jet Fluid 2 Pro cycle trainer, and the internal power meter on Zwift built into the program. So here, that was interval 1 at the beginning of the 8-minute mark. That I totally was not ready for. Here is interval 2. I think I did a little bit better job trying to hold the 440 watts. As you can see, staying in the 430 range, looking okay. Here's interval 3, had a slow start to crank up the wattage. Trying to observe myself in the window screen. Looks like I was trying the seated method, seated pedaling. Still holding some of the 440s, not bad. Here's interval 4, which I believe was my best interval. I was able to hold the 440 for the longest period of time. The goal with all these intervals was 30 seconds of 440, and it looks like I came the closest with this interval 4. Here's interval 5, already pretty deep, halfway into the hurt locker. Just trying to crank out the wattage. Looks like I'm still using the seated method in the on-screen video in the upper right hand corner, and I'm hanging in there. At this point I was using my recovery very wisely, and I was taking the recoveries very easily. Here's interval 6. My power was definitely dwindling down, and looks like I'm holding 444, 443, and I'm holding the wattage, but towards the end of the 30 seconds I was definitely feeling the burn. Yeah, so my Zwift method is just before the checkpoint, the red rings. I tend to kick up my wattage so that I enter the segment already at a high wattage instead of trying to ramp up your wattage after you pass the gates. Okay, so interval 8 right here. My power is dwindling even more. I think at this point I was considering a different method of standing up to sprint at the beginning and then sitting in arrow position and then upright position for pedaling position. Interval 9 right here. Let me see, what am I doing? I'm still doing the pedaling upright position. I was kind of determining what was the best gear ratio at the time, because earlier I was in a heavy gear and then I kicked it down to an easier gear to spin more. Interval 10, so I'm definitely feeling it. I'm in the hurt locker. Face is grimacing, jaw is open, trying to suck in air, body swaying left and right, just in the absolute hurt locker. It's feeling the burn. I stood up to sprint to try to get some more wattage when the power was dropping. Okay, interval 11, I am employing everything: arrow position, upright position, sprinting, whatever I could muster to gain power from non-fatigued leg muscles. So sometimes you have to do that in order to produce the power. Give your rested leg muscles a chance to work. Okay, interval 12, final interval, balls to the wall, going all out, just putting everything on the line, cranking that wattage, whatever I had left in the legs, the quads, the hams, the calves, whatever, just giving it to that last final gate, and that was it, no regrets. Okay, so that's it. That is the end of the ride right there, workout report. So that was the ringer. As you can see from all those peaks in the graph, that's where I went the hardest. Those are all the intervals, and then the bottom right's the heart rate distribution. Hopefully the screen's not too blurry. I just moved my photo out of the way so that you can see the screen, and that is the power breakdown for the green cyborg progress report. It's always good to do your own self-progress report and see where you're currently at in your fitness. Zwift is a good tool that I use. It's very critical to your training, especially if you don't have a power meter on your bike. You can use Zwift as some sort of a baseline to see where your power ratings are landing at. And it's always good to know your power, because power is not a metric that lies. Sometimes heart rate can be skewed depending on your hydration, your sleep, your stress. Caffeine can affect your heart rate, but power is one metric that always stays true. There you go. This ride 480 watts, best ride 914, best 1 minute 308, best all-time 1 minute 437. And then there's the breakdown: 212, 310, 194, 280. So you can compare right there your current ride that you just did to your all-time best to see where your best fitness was at and where you currently are at today. It's always good to know the information so you can press on forward and have a personal best, personal record for your new sportive season or new race season. It's always good to see your progress, and that is my progress report. February 3rd, 2017. Have a good night and God bless. Peace out, guys. Hopefully your training is going well, and if you're indoor training, hope you enjoyed this vlog. I definitely recommend the Ringer Zwift cycling workout. Bye bye. Peace out.